Good evening everyone and welcome to the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with gridfinder.com. I am one of your commentators for tonight, Malc, and finally, after pestering him to get himself back into the commentary box after a few weeks out, it's Max. How you doing, mate? You alright?
Hi everyone, really glad to be back. Really sorry I've been so busy lately. That's why I've missed a couple of races, but ready to get into it and to watch again some classic races from the F3 division. I've missed it a lot, so I'm pretty sure. I mean, we are in Mexico, so I'm sure it's going to be a great race.
Absolutely, and as you rightly said, Max, we're at the Mexican Grand Prix, or Mexico Grand Prix, wherever you pronounce it. We're at the Mexico Grand Prix. We're going to look forward to it, to be fair, tonight. So watch out for that, to be fair. So it should be good. Good evening to Rod. How you doing, mate? This is hashtag Team Merc. And good evening to Spud. How you doing, mate? Hope you came well. Here we go. We'll give a bit of an update of the driver standings after the penalties that's come in. So at the moment, JPH, who's having a torrid time at the minute, he's still in first place at the minute with 98 points. Bruce Lee is in second with 57 points. Jack is in third with 55 points. JC Bat is in fourth with 52 points. Darryl is in fifth with 46 points. Eric Pancakes is in sixth with 43. Joined with Party Trev in 7th place. And then you got F1 Richard, who's in 8th with 34 points. Melanade, or in Max's terms, and everyone else's going to be terms, will be Melanado, who's in 9th place with 28 points, with Ovic Red in 10th with 28. And the rest are under 28 points. Good evening, Reens. How you doing, mate? Hope you came well. So let's see what's going to happen on. That's the drivers, and unfortunately for JP, due to a cumulative of penalties and everything that's been going on throughout the last few weeks, unfortunately for him, he has had a ban from the USA, so he won't be able to join tonight. You got the constructors with the McLaren team, who are absolutely dominant with 155 points. Red Bull's in second with 74. Mercedes is in third with 67. You got Alfa Romeo's in fourth with 63. AlphaTauri, I nearly said Alfa Romeo then. AlphaTauri in fifth place with 59 points, and the rest are under 59 points. Now, before I say anything, guys, we are going to be trying out some new graphics. Hopefully it will work. If not, I do apologise. I will turn them off if there's any issues with lag during the qualifying, but we will let them know as soon as possible. So hopefully you guys will be looking forward to it, to be fair. So the drivers are just loading up now, so to be patient. Hello, Ghost. How you doing, mate? Hope you came well. So should be fine.
Yeah, it looks fine. I think we have, as we mentioned earlier, but I think we've got a full grid. So it's really nice to see from the F3 division. The drivers are always here. They always answer the call. So it's nice to see. We'll see about the weather. Mexico, usually we don't have any rain. I see a clear sky for now, so I think the qualification will be under dry condition.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have to wait and see how everything plans out at the moment. But watching the drivers, I just want to make sure get everything all set and ready for you guys. So
wet race, according to Sir Spud.
Oh, so Spud says wet race. We'll find out in a moment for you guys. Just for a bare moment. Just bear me a sec. Hopefully okay. So the drivers are just loading up, but we do apologise if you've got any technical faults. So we will try and make sure we get everything sorted for you guys, to be fair. So Mikey and JC Bat, they're both on the same car, so and Nitro is in 7th place. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to turn off the graphics due to technical faults at the minute, which is a shame because I've got everything all ready for everyone else. So some of the drivers are just coming out now, doing their laps. So Cost is, aka Mess, who's in 9th place. He's just in the AlphaTauri, just doing his lap at the moment. So just to bear in mind of the weather, Yes, you are right. You are right, Spud. Correct me if I'm wrong, Max. We got 10 minutes into the race, and then at light rain conditions, at least 77% of to be fair. Give it to Sam. How you doing, mate? It says weather dry, quality 77% rain at the start, drying out throughout the race. So hopefully we'll find out during that. Yeah, so that's what's going to happen so far.
It looks interesting.
Yeah.
I've got to say, when I'm driving, I don't like rain conditions, but when I'm commentating the races, I mean, I enjoy that a lot. So
yeah, absolutely.
Always interesting races.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do apologise for that, guys, with the graphics on some of the drives itself. So it's a shame because we got everything all set, ready to go. So I'm going to have to show you the drivers as we speak. So just a bit of a recap, just to make sure nothing else is missed off. So at the moment, Costs, we're just watching him at the minute. Give it to Martin. How you doing, mate? You alright? Hope you came well. So, Ghost says, no problem with the glitch. Graphics are cool, but the broadcast is what makes it. Absolutely, absolutely. I just want to make sure everything's all set. So, Max, who are you watching so far?
Well, thanks, Ghost, for the comment. I hope you're doing well in F1 division. Pretty sure it's the case. But yeah, I'm just watching Mikey. We started his lap from now. I don't know who scored the last pole position. I don't know if you can recall that. I don't know if like Party Trev has managed to score other pole position for the two previous races that I've sadly missed, but already a yellow flag. It's early in the session.
Yeah, so there's an early decision on one of the yellow cars. One of the yellow cars. That's not right, to be fair. I meant to say yellow flags, to be fair. Cost is on pole position at the minute, 118.193. So Rain says, who's going to strike like a cheetah for pole? That's a good question, actually. Svilla's 118.989. So just waiting to see what's going to happen from their perspective, point of view. So I'm just trying to see what's happening at the minute. So I'm just watching JC back now. It's just come up to through the coming to the second sector into the third. This is the way I love about the baseball ground section. I love about the baseball ground because it's just that exciting moment, Max. Do you agree?
Yeah, it looks just stunning. I mean, really. This is one of the best parts of basically any tracks on the calendar. GC Batigo just scored the fastest last sector, and he got pole position by quite a margin ahead of Cost.
Yeah, absolutely. 117.513. Let's have a look at Mikey now. Mikey is just doing his lap at the moment. So he's just trying to push it. I think he might not be able to improve. He's trying to save his ERS actually. So he might be in 29s, 29.2, 29.2. But the times that I've noticed from yesterday, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the low 17s. It was the low 17s that I remembered, to be fair. So,
yeah.
Sorry.
I think so. I think so as well. And Mikey, I don't know if it's correct or wrong, but I mean the map showed that he scored like the fastest first sector. So don't know. He might be on a good lap, but yeah, he doesn't have any much ERS as you've mentioned. So I think the lap won't go. Oh, and he just touched a wall.
It's just hit the wall. But I tell you what, Mikey's trying to do the donuts at the baseball ground section, the old one, and one of the drivers has just gone off track as well. I'm not sure who that is. We'll find out in a minute. Well, yeah, I'm not sure who that was. That was one of the Mercedes. I think that might be Ruddo actually. I'll just double check. No, it wasn't. It was Jack. Jack went way wide to try and avoid all that carnage itself. So, Ruddo, 116.756. That's a cracker of a time, to be fair. And killing it by 4/10, Max.
Oh, Ruddo. I don't know. I mean, I've never... I think he's a new driver, right? I've never seen him race so far. But I think he scored a podium position last week.
Yes, so the last week, well, to be fair, Ruddo is a reserve, so he's just joined in last week, and I tell you what, he's been told to join in last minute to do this race, and I tell you what, that is a stellar of a job to keep that momentum going at the minute in this qualifying so far with Nitrogas. Sorry, Max.
Yeah, no, especially considering the fact that Mercedes, I mean, McLaren, they are quite well ahead in the Constructor Championship, but Mercedes is always a threat. And for McLaren, knowing that really fast driver just jumped in the Mercedes seat, it's not going to be good news for them, that's for sure. Well, but McLaren were already P2 and P5, so they show the strong usual pace. So yeah, have to wait and see.
Yeah, so at the minute, I mean, JPH is doing a fantastic job at the minute, but he had torrid times in the last 2 races. That's the worst positions he has ever been. He had a DNF and 6th place. That is not the positions that you would expect from the championship leader at the moment. So,
yeah,
but
I was really surprised. I have to admit, I was really surprised when I've checked standings, the results of the different races I have missed, and I saw the GPH got DNF, which was absolutely crazy because he was on such a podium and winning streak before, but he's got so much point advantage in P1. But the battle for P2 is really, really close. I mean, there's still 6 races to go, so obviously there is still time to catch that GPH in front, but GPH, if he manages to do clean races and to manage to score regular points, I mean, the title would be for him, that's for sure. But for P2, it's more open.
Yeah, absolutely, and just interesting to see what these guys is going to happen so far. So at the moment they're trying to push on. Looks like Poitrev is just coming up to last week course now, and he moves up to 3rd. He moves himself up to 3rd with 117.319. So fantastic stuff. At the moment, Ruddo is in fantastic position. He's in 1st place at the moment, and between him and last place of Spud, 3.4 is the second difference. 3.4 is the second difference. So hopefully Spud will push on, Max.
Yeah, we'll have to see. There's quite a lot of drivers who haven't set lap time yet. At least 7 of them. Just watching off this red, he's behind an Aston Martin now, so it's not going to help his hand of a lap. Yeah. Unfortunately for him, he will have a bit of a slipstream, but he still manages to go P3, and I wonder if it would have been better with that, the driver just in front of him. But yeah, great effort from the Alpine driver.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's doing everything he can to try and get that momentum. He does well, Poitrev, he does well in the qualifying, but cannot make it perfect in the race. Like he did that perfectly last week. But I want him to produce the goods. JC Bat moves up to 2nd place by 9 thousandths of a second ahead of JPH. So that's a good job for JC Bat. Mikey moves up to 12th with 118.721. Let's have a quick look at the Red Bulls. Oh, Daryl is not happy. He's going to back into the pits, so he probably had a bit of a torrid time with the race itself. Menonade is just doing his lap at the minute through the S's part in second sector. 7 minutes 33 left of the qualifying. Can anyone try and stop Ruddo? Super sub, or the I was going to say, Reese, super sub Ruddo. Well, the super reserve. To be fair, for Ruddo, and he does a crack of a time at the minute and improved by 4 tenths ahead of JC Bat. Menonade is not happy. Oh, what's happened?
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't want to finish his lap. Maybe he was a bit late, but it's really strange because like both Red Bull drivers. Oh, and Jack, what happened to Jack? No.
Oh no, Jack has lost it completely.
Oh, it's a disaster.
Yeah, absolute disaster for Jack. So unfortunately for him, he will stop himself at the back of the grid. Not what you need at the Mexican Grand Prix. I mean, to be fair though, that was just madness, to be fair. I'm trying to look at... Yeah, he must have got out of the... You know, the first couple of corners, Max? Those couple of corners. That's where everything was just all mad, to be fair. So,
yeah. It's really not as often as you see like a driver basically breaking the car in the first attempt, because usually you try to score a lap time. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's good or not. You know that you will have other opportunities to set another lap. But I think he really tried to push hard on his first attempt, and unfortunately for him, starting from P20 with the full grid, and then we have rain conditions. So he will have maybe several strategic opportunities to recover, but it's going to be hard, and he's fighting really hard in the driver championship. So it's not going to help him, that's for sure. But yeah, the points are scored in the race, not in the qualification.
Absolutely. F1 Richard is just going to do his lap now, 117.826. JPH has closed the gap to Rodel, but only misses out by a tenth. So they are hitting the 116s. Pole time yesterday, correct me if I'm wrong, pole time was 116.2 in the F2 race yesterday. So I will not be surprised if any of these guys get close or even beaten that time. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll catch up with the chat as well, guys. If you like what we see so far, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel for all the live race itself. We are aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. We're aiming for at least 10 likes tonight. Will be a massive help to myself, Malc, and Max for the commentary box.
Sab. As well. I don't know what happened to Sab because he didn't score lifetime like Jack, so don't know.
So I think Sab is just going to retire in the pits. F1 Richard is just going back into the pits. I think that 117.8 was his best time. Where's Eric Pancakes? Is he going back into the pits? No. Mikey has retired. Mikey's gone. Is Mikey gone?
Yeah. I saw like debris from I think his front wing flying into the air. So yeah, it's in the second sector. So. And the second sector is really tricky. You can easily lose a car here. So he did manage to score a lap time, but is going to start from the back of the grid, that's for sure, because all the other drivers still have one last attempt. I'm looking at the Red Bull drivers because they really have to, and Daryl just managed to get that P6. Nice performance, and we have to see if Melonade said it correctly.
Come on! Yeah. You know you want to say it. Right, Max is going to call him Melanardo. I'm going to call him Melanardo now, just to encourage Max to start on it. He's not Pastor Maldonado in disguise, I promise you that anyway. So Melanade is told me off. He's moved up to 5th with 117.303. Crack of a time from Melanade. But Daryl, the 2 Red Bulls have definitely got some wings in the top 7, Max.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit scary for the Red Bull guys, but they are in contention. They're in P6 and P8. It could have been better, but I mean, they're still here. They are they're well placed for the races. For the race, maybe they will have another opportunity to score a last lap time. We'll have to see. There's still 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, we have to wait and see.
And Rudo, sorry, Mark, but I don't know if all the drivers are coming out of the pits. I think Rudo is going to defend his pole position, his provisional pole position, and the GPH he's on the outlap as well. We have, I think, a lot of changes.
Yeah, a lot of changes, I think, to be fair, but it just depends on the guys starting off on the weather conditions. Good evening to Stuart, how you doing, mate? You alright? Hope you came well. He says, so what are your thoughts on tyres? Is it dry to start for 10 minutes and then rain and then dry again? So from what I've been told, it will dry to start off with for 10 minutes. So I would personally would go for the medium tyre, at least, so you can get at least a bit more on the tyre weight itself, and then go for the light intermediates depending on the track if it gets quick as well. Yellow flag set to 2. I wonder who that is. That is one of the drivers in the second 2 before the S's. And Pontytrev is out! Pontytrev is out!
Oh.
Pontytrev is out, and he lost it. He lost it through the S's section. That is not good news for Pontytrev, but at the moment he will still hold on for 7th place. Max.
Yeah, well, considering the standards of Pontytrev is not going to be a good performance, but you never know, and all the drivers are starting their last attempt. And Rudo is not going to defend his pole position. I'm really surprised about that. Eric Pancake still in the pit as well, and Melonade. So yeah, it's quite surprising. So it's an opportunity for GPH and the other drivers and try to get that pole position. Oh, and GPH just invalidated his lap time, so it's over.
Yeah, so it's over for JPH. He will not improve. JC Bad has got the chance to cause mayhem in the top half. 300 slower. He is 300 slower in his time. Stuart says, and thank you for the comments last week while talking to Nitro. Basically having chemo radiation, so can't take my place next to him when he races. Stuart, I hope you have a speedy recovery, and you know, we're all here if you ever want to chat, and Nitro will be there as well. So have a speedy recovery, mate. Absolutely, you know, we'll miss you, mate. JC Bat still doing his lap at the minute. Could he make the unbelievable season? Qualifying is stopped now. The qualifying is now stopped. One of the drivers has just gone into the pits, and he will not improve. He does improve his time, but not enough. Not enough. Someone's just crossed over the line. That was an out. I think that might be Cost, actually. Is that Cost? Yeah, it is. It is Cost. Where's F1 Richard? F1 Richard is not going to improve. Where's Sam? Let's have a look at Sam. Can he improve his time? No, he won't. He does improve his time, actually, but does not move from his position. Oh, Stephen, who keeps asking for full traction control every single week, but he will not get it. He will not get it, so he'll have to try and learn for medium traction. But at the moment, he's in 14th. At the moment, he's in 14th place, and the only, well, 2 drivers left. So, oh, Stephen does improve his time, 118.2, moves still in 14th place. So, absolutely mad, to be fair, absolutely mad. F1 Richard will be the last person to retire, but then this is where the action pack galore will kick in as well. So here are your short qualifying classification for the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with GridFiner.com. Rodo, the Super Sub, or the Super Reserve, as you would say, is in pole position in first place. JPH is in second. Owen Pancakes third. JC Bat is in fourth. Offic Red is in fifth. Melanado, or Melanade if you want to call him, is in sixth place. Pontytrev is in seventh. Nigel Gash in eighth. Bruce Lee is in ninth. Cost is in 10th. Dowell in 11th. F1 Richard 12th. Tal 13th. O'Steven 14th. Mikey 15th. Svillers 16th. Spud 17th. Jolly 18th. Sab 19th. And Jack, well, Jack of all trades I'll call him, but Jack is in 20th, and we'll start at the back of the grid.
So yeah, we'll have Mercedes in front and Mercedes at the back. So a huge Mercedes sandwich of 18 drivers. It's nice to see. Yeah,
wait and see. Hopefully everything will be all. Oh my days!
Oh, already wait.
I did not expect that. I seriously did not expect that at all. I was told that it was going to be a dry start. Will be a wet race. Now I've been told differently now. So we will be having. Looking at that at the minute, I would not be surprised if everyone goes for the intermediates. Would you go for the intermediates at this stage, at that point, based on what you see, or do you think the wets conditions?
No. I will go with the intermediate because, I mean, with the information that we've got, it's going to dry out toward the end of the race. I don't know if it's going to be like in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 30 minutes. Don't know. But eventually it will dry out. So if you go for the wet tires, I mean, don't think it's going to be the right call. So I'm guessing all the drivers are going to go for the intermediate. I don't know. Maybe some drivers will be bold and will try to go with the wet tires. But I don't know. Like, it doesn't seem that it's raining that much, no?
Well, it's still, you can see at the back, if you could have a look at the background, Max, there's still a bit of light. So when it's going to be dry, that's the big question of it all, to be fair. Rud says, #Ruddo for pole. Great pole position, mate, but I am worried. I am worried for you because if it was a dry conditions in the Mexican Grand Prix, normally that when you get that slipstream start, it's going to be manic. But with the wet conditions, or the intermediate conditions, shall we say, it is going to be tough, Max.
Yeah, and I've got to be. I mean, I fully agree with like Rens. He just said like the S section will be dreadful. I think with the wet tires, it will be really complicated for the driver. I think the first corner will be true mayhem. I mean, I hope not for the drivers, but considering the lack of visibility and you don't really know the braking point, I mean, it's going to be quite tense at the beginning. And you know, it's a complete different driving standards when you drive under rain conditions. So if you're the fastest under dry condition, doesn't mean that you will automatically be the fastest under rain conditions. So it's really going to be interesting to see, and we will go in just 30 seconds.
Absolutely. 20 seconds to start, so everyone's all set, ready to go. Remember, there is still no formation lap, so we're going to go straight into the race with no formation lap. Rain said a good point. The S sections will be dreadful. You are absolutely spot on. The S section will be dreadful, but can they hold on in the intermediates or wet conditions? We'll find out in a minute. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and we are go, go, go! Who's at the grey start? Who is at the grey start in this epic race? Oh my god, JBH is going to stop Simon Reef Ruddo. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh, there's a crash! There's a crash!
Already carnage. Yeah.
So Tal's out. Johnny dropped himself down. There's quite a few drivers who had a bit of carnage at the back. Mad. Offic Red drops down. Bruce Lee drops down to 8th. Nitrogash and O'Steven 12 and 13th place. Spud in 14th. So we will have manic start. What's up? What's up, mate?
I think we've got a virtual safety car because our drivers are really slow and I don't see the safety car. So yeah, I think it's a virtual safety car. I mean, it was true carnage even before the first corner actually. So might have been a touch at the back of the grid in the straight line. I mean, Toll he DNF'd. Unfortunately, Bruce Lee got some trouble as well. We've got like already penalties for Bruce Lee and Steven. GPH managed to get that P1. But yeah, it was carnage.
Absolute carnage. Hopefully they'll keep it off and ease off a bit, to be fair. Sam says he had lag. I'm so sorry, mate. But I did say on the chat, make sure the telemetry was off. I don't know if that's what's caused it. I do apologise if it did occur at this point. But F1 Richard still holding on. We're waiting for the virtual safety car to finish, and it's off. JPH, I think he back end just completely went. So JBH has got the fastest lap of the race so far, 143.287, and pulling away from Ruddo. Can JBH get himself back into the top 3? Melanado's getting himself into 4th, and I tell you what, getting ahead of Eric Pancakes. That's what you need to make that move done as soon as possible. Max.
You called him Melonado, right?
Yes, I have, because I'm following your footsteps, Max. That's all I'm doing at the minute.
Yeah, and Bruce Lee is battling with Party Trev as well, and
Oh!
Trev is going ahead.
Go on! Oh, they're trying to ease off there. I think Eric Pancakes is trying to slow down a bit on a few of the corners. I don't know if he's struggling like mad, to be fair. So, absolutely mad scenes. I'm just watching it through the S's part. I think that just try and be careful. Sam says my telemetry was... Oh, okay, no worries, Sam. No worries. I was just saying, just a precautionary as well. Maybe some of the others forgot to turn them off. I don't know. Stephen... He's moves up to 11. Nitric Gas drops down. Sorry, moves up to 12. Dowell's dropped down to 13th place. Dowell. Oh, goes opposite Bruce. Bruce and Cost. Bruce and Costa. Oh, Cost does not cost him dearly, to be fair, in 8th. And I tell you what, that is unbelievable stuff from Cost Messi. But can Bruce? Bruce will be absolutely livid. He wants to try and get that move done as soon as possible. Looks like he's got that long slipstream. I couldn't say the words there, Max.
Bruce Lee is battling with Cost. Melonade, he looks really quick. I've got to say, he just scored the fastest lap. He looks quick. Already P4. So yeah. Have to wait. In Office Red is really close from Eric Pancakes as well. But you know, under rain condition, it's way harder to make a move because you have to analyze the braking points. Of course, the car slides a lot, so you've got to be careful. That's for sure. And all the drivers, it's only lap 3, so they have to learn all that braking spots, how the car behaves. And then they will gain that confidence, and they will be able to manage more moves, more overtakes toward the end of the race. And don't forget that eventually the track will dry out. We don't know when. It's not for now, that's for sure. But we have to wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. We've not been told. We're apparently 10 minutes of the light rain, and then maybe. Well, the rain, from what I could see, it's just slowly dying off at the last corner, but unless I'm mistaken, Max.
Sorry, Melonade, he's going to make a move on the GC Batigol.
Oh, my days!
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Oh. It nearly lost the back end.
Nice difference. What a nice difference from GC Batigol, and GPH is under pressure from Rudo as well. It's like 2 nice battles for P1 and P3.
Yeah, definite battle between the top 2 of JPH and Rudo. Rudo, who's having a stellar of a job to get his first podium of the season last week. Can he emulate again and get another podium in this race, in this tricky weather at the Mexican Grand Prix? That'll be a stellar of a job.
Oh, Melonade! He almost, sorry Malc, he almost lost the car, but he recovered like really, really nicely. I mean, I thought he was going to crash, but he did manage to keep the car on track. So yeah, as Ren said, I mean, the S section is really, really hard for those drivers. But yeah, well, it was an alert from for Melonade. He's really quick, but he has to manage his effort, and he definitely has to stay on track. That's what matters the most.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're trying to do everything they can at the minute now. Bruce Lee using all that might of trying to put the slipstream on to Cost. Right, yellow flags at 2. Yellow flags at 2. That's Dowell. Dowell's having a torrid time at the minute at the Mexican Grand Prix, so he needs to push on massively. Jolly is trying to push on. Saab is moves up to 16th. So Spud drops down to 17th. Yeah, mad scenes, to be fair. Mad scenes in 5 laps already. I can't believe it's been 5 laps. It's been manic 5 laps, to be fair. So, Max, are you watching so far?
Yeah, just I don't know what happened to Daryl, to be fair, but he's diving into the pits, so I think he got damaged. Oh, he's just retired from the session. He already had enough.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
so
That's a shame.
But unfortunate shame for Daryl there. So Sam, Tal, and Daryl, they're both drivers who are out of the Mexican Grand Prix. And I'll tell you what, Cost is not messing about. He wants to make the move on to Polytrev into the baseball ground section. I'll tell you what, brilliant move there from Cost. The rain, correct me if I'm wrong, the rain is slowly dying off on some parts.
Already.
Yeah, already. But oh my days, Cost. Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my! Yeah, absolutely mad. To be fair.
Yeah, but the problem is that Patrick will be really close, and Bruce Lee as well.
Bruce.
So
oh my God! Come on!
Battle.
Oh! You said Melanada, didn't you? No, Max. I'm blaming you for that one. Yeah, you did. You did. To be fair, Bruce Lee trying to close the gap onto Polytrev and Cost for 7th and 8th, respectively. And they can't do anything about it at the minute. Yeah, Rain says, watch the start. Yeah, the start was manic, to be fair. The start was absolutely manic. There was a crash during that virtual safety car, to be fair. So, well, sorry, there was a crash and then there was a virtual safety car. I'll get my words right, to be fair. So, at the moment, Bruce is trying to close the gap to Polytrev, but cannot do anything about it. He's trying to ease off through the S's. Joseph, Malc, you aren't using the graphics. There were some technical faults, and plus everyone had some issues with the lag. So unfortunately, Joe, I've had no choice but to tell them to turn it off. But I did show some of the graphics, and it did work. But there was some drivers who did not update their cars, and there were some drivers who just had the same name. So unfortunately, I didn't want to mess about and give the proper names. Yeah, sorry about that. What's up, Max?
Well, look at all those fastest laps. It definitely shows that the track is improving. It definitely shows that the track is drying out. So, and Jack, I mean, we haven't mentioned Jack, but he's like P11 already. He was starting P20, so nice fun from Jack. We'll have to see his pace under dry condition, but and we have Cost and Office Red battling.
So yeah, Cost and Office Red made the move into sixth. Well, Cost moved himself up to 6th place now. Office Red in 7th. The rain has slowly stopped. So this is where the situation. Well, let's say rain stopped. There's some parts of the track the rain has stopped, but there's some parts where it's still intermediate conditions, like through the S's part. It's going to be absolutely tricky. Whoever masters the pit stop, Max, they are absolute genius, to be fair.
Of course. I mean, we could expect guys, I mean, from the back, I mean, trying to do something bold and trying to go as early as possible with those dry tires. So, for example, wondering if, like, for example, Jack, maybe he would try something different, and he would try to...
Max, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Roddo, the super reserve is going back into first position at the minute. JBH will be not happy about that. He will not be happy losing out in first place. But to be fair, Roddo has put a lot of pressure on JBH. But fair play. Sorry to interrupt you there, Max.
No, of course, it was worth it. Actually, I didn't spot that Roddo was that close from GPH. I thought the strategy of from Roddo was basically to wait for dry condition in order to try to overtake GPH. But if you have an opportunity, you should go for it, and he definitely went for it. And now he will try to extend that gap. But now for GPH, the task is to stay as close as possible from Roddo and trying to do something in the pits, for example, and as we've just mentioned, and try to get ahead once again.
Yeah, absolutely, and just wait and see how Rudder can try and hold on. Now he's going to try and pull away as much as possible. Oh my days, Poitrev is trying it close to Bruce. They're all trying to do everything they can to get through the baseball ground section. Ruddo, fastest up the race, 127.182. You are right there, Max, pardon me. You are right there. The timings are getting slowly dropping down. It just depends on when they're going to kick in for the perfect road conditions.
Well, there's still like spots of rain for now. We can still see it, so definitely not the right time to dive into the pits. So it might be in 5 minutes, I don't know, around lap 15. We don't know, but it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Considering the fact that like the first 5 drivers are really within basically 1 second to one another. Actually, the first 4 drivers. So they will all have an opportunity to really get the advantage if they pit earlier or later, depending on the weather condition, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. While you're watching, Eric Pancakes has really lost the back end. Eric Pancakes is swapped with his teammate, and I think that is a good decision, to be fair. Jolly, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. But yeah, I don't know if you've just seen that, Max, but Eric Pancakes lost the back end of the car through the S's and brought a bit of uncertainty to the car. So, if you was driving these conditions, Max, would your car be more set up for the dry conditions and try and get your car planted through the S's as best as you can?
Yeah, definitely. It's a good point to mention it, because like the driver had to choose between basically a dry setup or a wet setup, and it's definitely, I think the advantage goes to for the dry setup, because eventually we will be faster toward the end of the race, and it's what you want, because if you have a late safety car, for example, you really want that dry setup. So I'm pretty sure all the drivers, I mean most of the drivers have chosen this option, and that's why they slide a lot. We saw that with Melonade, for example, the AlphaTauri as well. So basically they just have to survive the first part of the race, and then they will be of course more at their ease, at their pace toward the end of the race, when it will dry out eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. And Saab's getting close to Spud in 16th, 17th respectively. We've got a train going between O'Stephen and Nigergash for 11th to 13th. And then the biggest train of it all from the Eric Pancakes. From Eric Pancakes all the way down to Jack. Jolly's out. Jolly is out, yeah, and he has retired in the pits. See, we're in sync, Max. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. This is why I missed you on the comms, to be fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
As well. Me too.
Oh, you can't make any mistakes now. Cannot make mistakes. It looks like the conditions on some parts of the track, I know I keep repeating, sorry, but correct me if I'm wrong, Max, some of the parts of the track are still slowly removing with the rain, but some parts it's just still intermediate conditions.
Yeah, no, it's definitely intermediate conditions. There's no question about it. We don't see any sunlight. It's still already wet. We hardly see a dry path on track. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure that GPH is really wishing for the rain condition to stop, because Rudo is gaining a bit of time on him. And I think he knows he's not going to challenge him at. Well, actually, he's gaining some time as I just speak. But I think it's going to be really hard for him. So I'm pretty sure he's really thinking about that future strategy and trying to do the right call, basically. And we have a yellow flag. I think it's a safety. Yeah, he lost his front wing, so. Yeah, I think he lost the car in the S sector.
So, unfortunately for Spud, all the way back, I think he had a bit of a contact moment. I don't know if he had contact with Saab, so I can't really say.
Yeah.
But he did get well, it looks like he did get close to Saab. What's up, Max?
Architrev in the pits. Architrev in the pits? I'm wondering why.
I'm going to have a look at Poitras to see what he's doing. I think he's going to have to gamble on... He's going on hards. He's going on hards. No, actually. No, sorry.
It's intermediate.
Sorry. I was trying... It looked white from the inside part, trying to tease you all, trying to get you all worried then, to be fair. But it is the intermediate. Sorry about that. Joe Hamster says, I like changing conditions. I seem to be quick during them. I wasn't that bad, I wasn't saying that you was bad, Joe. I didn't say you was bad. Oh, what's happened?
I mean, there is a yellow flag on all 3 sectors. I'm wondering why.
Because it's still virtual safety car.
Oh, it's still virtual safety car. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering. Yeah. I mean, basically, I didn't understand.
Max,
we were already on I know. I've missed too much.
You missed too much. Now we're back racing. To be fair, so watching Bruce Lee, watching it from his perspective with the battle ahead between Ophicred and Eric Pancakes. I think Eric Pancakes is trying to wait for that for the intermediates to kick in. The dry conditions itself to kick in.
Oh, Melonado, sorry, I never used the correct one, sorry. Melonade in the pits.
Melonade is in the pits. But that was his call, guys, that was his call. Everyone wants to call him Melonado, so that's why he'll be called, but Melonade. So, Bruce...
He got to drive through, I think. Melonades, he got to drive through.
Yes, so he had the drive. Just to give you a bit of... Yeah, so Poitrev and also Spud, they both had drive-throughs through that virtual safety car speed. Oh! Ophicred has lost the back end. And I'll tell you what, he did not want to battle that with Bruce. You don't want to battle that with Bruce, actually, to be fair. So, yeah, Joe Amster says, Pasta Melanardo. Yeah, so he's going to get you for that one, to be fair, Joe, to be fair. So... At the minute, we're already a third of the... well, I say a third. We've just gone past the third of the race itself. We are the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League, on the PlayStation platform. Brought to you in partnership with Gridfire.com. And Eric Pancakes has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And he's not happy because he's going to lose out of position to Bruce! Bruce! To the big moment! Come on! Come on! You want to make the move? You got to do it now. He's got the inside line. He's got the... Oh, my days!
Look, there are 4 drivers. I mean, look behind. Ophicred and Jack as well.
Yeah. So absolutely mad.
Oh.
Max is absolutely loving it. And he's missed the last few weeks. He's absolutely loving it. To be fair.
Look at
Jack! Jack, of all trades, has getting himself into 7th place now. Passing Ophicred in 8th. That is still of a job. Whoa! Ophicred has gone off for a little bit. It's absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. And Stephen with that 5-second penalty, he's closing the gap onto Ophicred in 8th place. So can't do anything about it at the minute. But at the moment, Jack is trying to close the gap onto Eric Pancakes. Max!
Yeah, well, that's a really nice race from Jack, and he's going to try on... he's going to try on Eric Pancakes. What a move. What a move from Jack. It's not over yet. Yeah, it's over.
I like how you just said, it's over? Yeah, it's over. It's just straight to the point. Fair play, Max. Fair play with that. But yeah, Eric Pancakes is trying to hold on to that car. He's really not loving this intermediate conditions, and he's bailing out. Oh my days! Ophicred to the bed. Oh, will there be contact? Oh no! But Ophicred is loving it. Ophicred is absolutely loving it because he just went through. But Eric Pancakes needs to start. Would you say the intermediates have gone now? A bit too early though for the intermediates.
Well, I think, I mean, I don't know. I think it's already. I mean, it's too early. I mean, Jack is going for that P5. What a nice recovery from him. Like, this is brilliant racing from Jack. I've got to say. But yeah, the thing is that it's absolutely useless to go into the pit and go with another set of intermediate tires, because in the end you will go with the dry tires. Well, I believe that, but it's still raining, so I don't know. I mean, eventually it will dry out. Well, I think so, but it's not the moment yet.
Yeah, not the moment yet, but look at this. Look at this. Jack, I do agree with you, Max. Jack has done a fantastic job all the way from the back of the grid into 5th and could be on for a challenging moment to cause the mayhem to catch up to the top 4. That will be brilliant stuff. He's the biggest move at the moment, 15 positions. The next one's O'Stephen, joined with Cost with 6 positions. So that is still, at the moment, if it stays like this, the driver of the day. I know it's early doors at the minute, but it all depends on how everything plans out within the next 21 laps. 21 laps to go for this absolutely manic race, to be fair. Ray says, I love how a change of a letter at the end of someone's name can become such a meme. Joe Emerson says, the memes, the simpler, the betterer. Betterer? Never heard of that word before. Sorry about that. I meant to say better, but betterer. And better luck next time on that one, to be fair. So here we go. Bruce Lee trying to close the gap onto Jack for 5th. But yeah, I mean, so far so good for the McLarens. McLarens could, they'll keep that run going. And I can't see anyone stopping them at the minute with the constructors.
No, I think they are. I mean, really early that season, they show who, where the boss is. I mean, the McLaren guy, they've been really consistent. They have been really fast. Obviously, they're P1 and P2 in the Drivers' Championship. They have 1 hand and a half on the trophy already. So, but for GPH for the victory, I mean, it's been according to his standards, it's been a long time. He's not won a race. But Rudo is really challenging him. That for sure. He's gaining a bit on him. 2 seconds and more than 2 seconds already. So GPH, I think it desperately waits for the dry condition and as I've mentioned earlier, to try something in the pits, because I think it's going to be his only chance, except a mistake from Rudo, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like Saab has had a bit of a spin in Sector 2. So unfortunately for him, he's going to try and close the gap to Polytread, but cannot do anything about it with that spin. But the drop, like I said, the intermediates, I've got a funny feeling that we might have an intermediate race and dry up right the last 5 to 10 laps at least, Max. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and I've got to say, I'm just remembering, well, I think one of my races in Invictus, I think it was last year in Suzuka or something like that. I mean, he dried out for like, I don't know, the last 3 laps in the race. And I've decided to stay on the intermediate tires. And the other drivers dive into the pit. Oh, and Sabi retired. I don't know, is it in the pits?
I think it's in the pits. Saab has retired in the pits, so he will not be able to get any points this evening.
That's a shame, yeah.
Yeah, absolute shame. So Saab has left the garage and will not come back to the Mexican Grand Prix. Hopefully the Jolly has left, so he's also got the DNF earlier on in this race. But at the moment, we've got a couple of battles going on. Bruce and Offic Red in 6th and 7th. Can Offic Red close the gap? But Bruce had that bit of a good slipstream moment, to be fair. So be interested to see what they can try and do. If you like what we've seen so far, guys, please make sure you like, subscribe to the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with gridfire.com. We are aiming for at least 10 likes tonight, guys. We're aiming for at least 10 likes. It will be a massive help to myself, Malc, and Max as the commentators, as well as the Invictus Racing League on the YouTube channel. Make sure you like this stream, guys. Like this stream. Thank you so much. It's a sport. Gain a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, Max.
Yeah, I don't know. I will try to check the penalties. I mean, maybe the warnings from Rudo. I mean, wow, Rudo is like really clean race because it doesn't have any warnings at all. And GPH got only one warning, and GC Bat no warning at all. So this is really clean driving from this driver. The penalties are not, I think, going to count on this race. I mean, for the first 3 drivers, that's for sure. But I don't know, like, Malc, do you think we will eventually have a full weight race? Because I'm starting to think about it, because it's only 18 laps to go. I don't know.
It's very tough, because it just depends on how, because this Mexican Grand Prix track, it takes a while for the track to dry up. So if the rain stops now, it'll probably take about 10 laps or so to get itself dried up. So I would not be surprised if we're going to have an intermediate conditions all throughout this race, to be fair. So yeah, again, it's a very tough call, but it just all depends on how these guys can try and push on. But again, very difficult to pick out on the conditions itself, especially when picking out on the right time for the right tyre.
Yeah, well, but the thing is that we don't see any driver trying to dive into the pits and to go for another set of intermediate tires. So I truly think that all the driver think that it will eventually dry out, that it's useless to go into the pit to set another set of intermediate tires, because I think it will be the right strategy otherwise. And I'm wondering why no driver have tried to do it yet. So I don't know. I mean, if you think in the end that it will not dry out, then you should go into the pit and go with fresh tires. It will be better to at the end of the race, that's for sure. Because like 36 laps on the same set of intermediate tires, it's not going to be clean at the end of the race, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. It looks like F1 Richards trying to close the gap onto Eric Pancakes in 9th. Cannot do anything about it in a minute. Cost is getting close to JC Bath for 3rd place. So 6/10 is the gap. But I'm still watching this battle between F1 Richards and Eric Pancakes. Can he try and make the move, or will he have to wait for another time? Still battling out at the minute. They're coming up to the 2nd sector now. So Eric Pancakes, I mean, to be fair though, just to remind myself from last week, JBH, to be fair, JBH has not had much luck with the wets, to be fair, and I would not be surprised if he struggles in the wet conditions. But Eric Pancakes won his first race of the season, Max, last week, and he's struggling in wet conditions.
Yeah, well, I think it is going to change, because look, I don't see any more rain. It's pretty clear now. So I think it's starting to dry. So now we've got like 15 laps. I think in the end of the race there will be a true opportunity for the drivers to change something, especially if there is a late safety car, obviously.
It's a very tough call. I mean, safety cars will definitely be in play at the time, but when is going to be the perfect time, I do not know. Rod says Ruddo's a machine. He is a machine, but only by 3 seconds at the minute. Only by 3 seconds. Rain says JBH is losing a bit now. Yeah, as I just said, because he's not good with the conditions. So Rain says when it dries out, the safest option is the mediums, even if it's 10 laps to go. Mikey's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So, if you was racing tonight in these conditions now, Max, at this stage, would you pit when there's 10 laps remaining for the mediums, or do you think it's not possible at the minute?
Well, it will 3 seconds from Jack. What a shame. Well, it highly depends on the position I will be in the race. If I am, like, for example, for the first 3 drivers, I will stay calm and see what the other drivers do and adapt. But if I'm, for example, in the middle, I will try something bold, and basically I've got nothing to lose. Then, of course, I will try something different. And I think, and Cost is going for the move on GC, Batty goal.
And made the move perfectly, Max. Made the move perfectly.
So yeah, so it highly depends on the position, and I think unlike Rens, I will go for the soft, because you have to hit the tires really quick, and you have a few laps remaining. So definitely the soft tires, I think, would be a good call.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll be a good call to go out on the softs. I believe Matty Rudd says softs will easily do 10 laps. It will do, but in these conditions, in this track condition itself, where it's still wet, you would try and put. Well, for me, if I was trying to do something a little bit different, I wouldn't pit now, but probably on lap 26, 27, if the way it goes, it's probably be the same as bad, just go on mediums, because it will take a while for them to cold up, and take a while for them to warm up, but also be safe enough, because if you went up to the softs, you just can't control it at all. But again, I might be wrong, but that's how I will see it from my experience in the wet conditions itself. So we've got this battle between Eric Pancakes and F1 Richard in 9th and 10th respectively, but also you got the battle between Mikey and Svillas for 13th and 14th place. Still the battle between F1 Richard and Eric Pancakes. Can F1 Richard put the pressure on? But look at Eric Pancakes, he's pulling away like no man's business. He must have got that ERS up to that usual Maximus. There we go, trying to use your name in there, Max.
Yeah, well, you definitely have to play a bit with it. Talking about ERS, I was quite surprised to see that Fredo is like a 100% ERS, so he's really in control. And I didn't mention it earlier, but I think most of the drivers are waiting like for the ultimate signal from the race, and it's when the DRS is enabled. Because it really means that this is like dry condition and you should definitely go for soft tires. So we'll see. I think we'll finally see the outcome of it towards the next few laps, because it's only 13 laps to go. So the drivers, if they want to do something, to try something bold, they have to do it soon. So we'll see.
Yeah, so we're trying to see how everything plans out. I mean, Costa's the fastest lap of the race. 125s now, 125. So the timing is getting up to that cut-off point. Stuart says, if thinking of moving to mediums, would it not be worth trying to undercut it and go even earlier? Racing line looking dryish now. I mean, personally, yeah. I mean, the undercuts on some of the tracks is powerful. It's a very tough call. It's just getting that right moment. Oh, what's happened?
Malc, he's the first one. He's going for the medium.
Oh,
and we will see.
Okay, let's have a look now, Max. Can he? Right, watch the timing now. 4.8, 4.9, 5 seconds. 5 seconds is the gap now between himself and Svillas. Will that be? Oh, he's toughened on the first corner. Too early. I think it's too early on that the pick strategy call. Now watch Eric Pancakes. I'm hoping it's not going to kick him at the backside during this race, but he is losing out massively. So pit stop is 22. Sorry, Max.
No, but there's not even a dry line. If you look on the track, I'm watching Eric Pancakes on board now. There's not even a dry line, so it's really surprising. It's definitely too early. At least he tried, and then that's good. That's good for him and for the entertainment. But I think it's as we just mentioned, too early. He's struggling a lot.
Oh my days. Oh, Stephen is going to the pits. He's going for the mediums. He is going for a yellow flag set to 1. What's happened there? Jack! What's happened to Jack? Jack has lost it through the the first few corners, and he's dropped himself down to 7th place. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him, but just caught the aftermath of it. Eric Pancakes is moved ahead of Svillas in 14th. So Svillas is in the pits. So now the tyre wear Eric Pancakes. Oh, Stephen is now getting close to Eric Pancakes, which I'm surprised. Svillers is out.
Oh, yeah, but Svillers is out the track.
So I think the pit crew did not put out mediums in that stint that he was trying to get in, and he went back to intermediate. So unfortunately for him, he is out of the Mexican Grand Prix. That is not good news for Svillers, Saab, Jolly, Dowell, and Tal.
Oh, Cost and GC on into the pits, and they're going for medium tires as well. So
everyone's going in. It looks like, well, Ruddo, JBH, and Bruce, 25 laps of those intermediates. They're saying that they're not ready for mediums just yet. They are not ready for mediums. But, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Max. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, Jack has done a fantastic job this evening. Whatever happens tonight, this will be a monumentous achievement. F1 Richard, Nigel Gash, and also Mikey also in the pits.
Yeah, I think it's I'm watching Eric Pancakes, and yeah, Eric Pancake has just gone faster, so this is the right moment, and maybe that cost GC Batigol. I mean, they will have the advantage on GPH and Rudo, I think. I think Rudo is going to dive into the pits, no question about it. But I mean, he just got the fastest second sector, so he's not losing that much time. Maybe he will manage to stay ahead, and
he's gone to the pits.
Yeah,
he's going to the pits. So Melanardo, aka Melanade, is in 6th place, trying to close the gap onto Cost, who's on the fresh mediums. So Melanade will be a sitting duck. He will lose out quite a few positions, possibly drop down to 10th. Top two have pitted. Now this is where the McLarens are going to be strong now, because they've been really good in the dry conditions on most occasions. So looks like Melanade is going something into the pits. Where is Cost? Rudo. At least said Rudolph then. Rudolph. JBH is in second. Yeah, I'm losing the plot here. Cost is in third. JC Bat is in fourth. It looks like Offic Red is in 5th. Bruce Lee is in 6th. Melanade, or Melanardo, is in 7th. Jack is in 8th. Ethel Richard is in 9th. Nigel Gush is in 10th. Eric Pancakes is in 11th. Polytrev 12th. Oh, Stephen 13th. Mikey 14th. And Spud in 15th place. Polytrev and Spud are the only two drivers left of those intermediates. And I would not be surprised if they're going to the pits sooner rather than later. But I think it's a bad call for Polytrev and Spud, because I think the times is now. The track is now dry, Max. The track is now dry.
Yeah, and Rens was right. I mean, all the drivers have chosen medium tires, so I think it was a better call than the soft tires. I'm really surprised that absolutely no driver have tried to go for the soft tires.
I think they're just trying to be easing off, Max. I think they were trying to make sure they don't want to use all that soft and then killing off near the end, because I think that the softs can last about 10 to 12 laps at least anyway, so I think they were trying to play it safe. And I would have gone for the medium tire, to be fair. I think Red is trying to defend for all his might. Jack, he wants to make that move done. JC Bat, fastest up of the race, 123.864. 123.864. I will not be surprised when the times are going to be actually going to kick in for the fresh tyre. Jack is trying to push the pressure on Offic Red. The DRS should be active very soon. Should be DRS enabled soon. Unless I missed it. Rain says maybe they're reading this chat, Max. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. absolutely, Reeds. Jack moves up to 5th. That's a good move against Offic Red in 6th place. That's fantastic stuff. Let's have a look at the mid-pack at the minute. Nigel Gash is trying to put the pressure on F1 Richard, but cannot get close. Cannot get close to F1 Richard in 9th place. So they're trying everything they can. But Reeds says Tyre Chess is the best. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, of course. Of course, it's... Oh, and the DRS enabled now. I was quite surprised that DRS was still not enabled, but now, yeah. So, I mean, said earlier that GRS enabled was the right signal when you should go for the dry tires, but yeah, it was even before that. So I think Cost and G Sabbatical, they tried to pit earlier, but in the end it was maybe not the right timing. I mean, the moment when Rudo and GPH went to the pit, I think it was when it was the perfect moment, so they didn't lose that much of time. And now GPH, we have to see if he can get close to Rudo on the dry condition. 2 seconds, 7 laps remaining, so it's not going to be easy for him, that's for sure, but P2 will still be an amazing result for him, considering his position in the driver standing. So, and Rudo, I mean, he's managed to get P2 last week, I think. P1 for now is definitely a super sub.
Yeah, absolutely. Rudo, who was dominant in the wet conditions, now struggling from the McLaren of JPA, just knocked himself down at least a second of his time. So, but while you was mentioning about the talkative on there, oh Jack!
Oh, Jack!
Jack's out. We're gonna have probably our first safety car. Yes, we have.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Max is absolutely ecstatic. I feel bad for Jack because he had the greatest race ever. Unbelievable, Max. Unbelievable. To be fair. I mean,
life. I mean, racing can be so unfair sometimes. So unfair sometimes.
Oh.
Jack, I mean, he was doing a brilliant race. He was already really fast. He got like a P5 already. But yeah, I mean, of course, with the change of conditions, the car behaves differently. You can be surprised, and I was wondering if any driver can do a mistake, and unfortunately for Jack, it's a DNF, so it's really a shame for him.
Yeah, it was a real shame for Jack, who would have had a stellar of a job. I would agree with you, Stuart, actually. This was the best time. If you did not get past the start finishing line and he went into the pits, best time would be to go on to the softs. And Stephen is gambled. He's gambled his way to get himself into that perfect position with the only one that's gambled on the soft tyres, to be fair. Reigns says, yep, it is the time for the softs. So watch out for O'Stephen, Max. Watch out for O'Stephen in the next few laps. What's going to happen when he tries to get through the pack into 10th? Reigns says JC Batts could have pitted, but I think he was already on the straight. I don't know. I think JC Bat was already at the straight. I think it was when Bruce was at the corner when I was watching him. So Bruce could have gone in from Bruce Lee all the way down to where Eric Pancake, except for Richard. They've all said they don't want to gamble on the softs because they could lose our positions.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. With this, Max, would you have gambled to go on the softs right now if you was at this position, or would you have stayed in your position because you don't want to lose out so much positions during the next possibly 4 to 5 laps? Sorry.
Well, if I'm, for example, Mikey or Party Trev, or I will go for the soft tires, no questions about it. But they don't do that. But if I'm, for example, on the first 7 position, no, I will definitely stay on track. Only 5 laps remaining, so track position is what matters the most. So Steven with the soft tires is definitely going to have the advantage. Plus, it doesn't have any penalties, so can be a really nice result for Steven. And Rudo, I mean, for Rudo, obviously must be like really desperate about this late safety car because he had the race under control, and unfortunately the crash of his teammate basically ruined his well, not his race so far because he's still P1. But things are going to be harder for him because he will have to defend on GPH. And there will be, I think, 2 laps with the GRS enabled, so GPH, his task is to stay as close as possible on Rudo, and if he got a GRS, then he will maybe able to make the move.
Yeah, absolutely. Safety cars in this lap. Matt, I do. Yeah, Matty Rudds. It says, "Told you they should have gone softs." Yeah, but I think it was at the time where we wasn't sure. I was trying to make it played out with the mediums to see if they played out fair. Oh, JBH nearly lost the back end and lost out massively to Ruddo. 1.2 seconds ago. So Spud is out. So Spud is out of the race. Oh my God. So Spud is out. I'm not sure what happened. Ferrari have sent me a job offer. It might do actually. Mikey is in 10th. No, F1 Richard is in 10th place. Mikey drops down to 12th. I'm not sure what's happened to him, but he has lost out a few positions. Bruce Lee and Melinardo goes upside to in a bad moment. Bruce Lee with that straight line speed, really not messing about with it at all. Oh, Melinardo, come on! Come on, you want to make the move, you got to do it now! Oh, you can't make the move just yet. You cannot make the move just yet. That Red Bull gives you some wings. But Nigel Gash will put the Red Bull on pressure. JBH. Oh, yes, Max. Say that again in that deep voice. It was like, yeah, Max. Yeah, JBH. Naughty with that 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Same for some of the drivers itself. But yeah, absolutely mad scenes, to be fair. We're about 5 laps remaining. 5 laps remaining. Can anyone try to stop Ruddo in the perfect position at the minute in first place? JBH is in second. Koss is in third. Spud says I got overtook under safety car. Oh, okay. I did not know that, mate. I did not know that. You might have to send it to the stewards to find out what to do with that. Offic Red is getting close to JC Bat for 4th. I tell you what, it's getting close. Oh, not getting close enough. Not getting close enough. JC Bat is holding on for dear life. Mikey drops down to 13th. Oh, Stephen moves up to 12th now, and he's at 14th. I do feel bad for Stephen. Racers, oh wow, crucial penalty there for JBH. Ruddo should run away with this. Yeah, but we have seen it before where everyone have had a good start and then something they slip up, they mess up. So penalties are going to be absolutely kicking. Oh! Cost has spun. Cost has spun, and he's lost quite a few positions from a perfect. Well, at the moment he was in 3rd, and he's dropped himself down 10 positions to 13th place. Oh my days! And what's happened there, Melonade?
Oh, Melonade!
Melonade!
Oh no.
Melonade must have been contact because Melonade ate pancakes and Mikey dropped himself down a few positions as well. So,
disaster for the Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, absolutely. Disaster. Now, DRS is enabled now. Nitrogas 119.982.
JBH, really close.
So watching from JBH's point of view, let's see if he can try and make the move onto Ruddo. These two have had a dog moment battle. Melonade retired. Melonade has retired in the pits.
Into the pits, yeah. I mean, GBH must be fuming about that 3-second time penalty because he would have been in contention for the win. And now it's going to be really difficult, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and look, JC Bat has got something to 3rd. Offic Red is in 4th place. I tell you what, if JBH holds on, he'll be one lucky guy. Reigns is almost off the grid, has been DNF'd. Yeah, I can't believe 20 drivers to start with, and all the way down to 12 places left. But hopefully, this is what it was like. Remember the French Grand Prix where it was just absolutely madness, where pretty much nearly everyone the last 5 laps had been gone like dominoes effect. 2 drivers had the DSQ during the safety car incident itself, but the Mexican Grand Prix is not causing any mayhem moments, and they're going to see if Africa getting close to JC Batmax.
Yeah, but the GPH, he did a poor exit of the last corner, so he wasn't in position to make the move, and now it's only two laps remaining.
Oh, Bruce! Oh my days! Come on! Oh, brilliant move! Brilliant! Oh my days! Nitrogas could have an unbelievable move as well. He's not risking it for a biscuit just yet. He's not risking it for a biscuit. Poitrev, who's had a torrid time in this race, he could be on for a perfect position of finishing with some decent points. But what a move from Bruce Lee. I don't know if you... Did you see that, Max?
Yeah, I just caught that really lately, but all those drivers are going to battle for that last podium position with only one lap remaining, so it's going to be really nice to see. Party Trev is trying something on his teammate. Nitro Gash, wow, that was aggressive move.
Sorry, mate, you just said Nitro Gash. It's Nitro Gash. To be fair, Nitro Gash. I have to remember that next time. He's going to be laughing at the end of this race. We're on the final lap of this race. JPH is getting close to Ruddo. But whatever happens to JPH, he needs to get 3 seconds ahead of Ruddo. But of course, it's happening. Ruddo is your odds-on favourite to win the Mexican Grand Prix. His first ever win in Invictus Racing League. His second podium of the season. And this is his second race, Max. This is his second race. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing from Ruddo, because he basically he's done a brilliant race. He didn't make any mistake, not at all. He managed the restart and the safety car perfectly. He went into the pits at the right time. Managed to overtake at the right moment the GPH and then extend that gap. So what a brilliant race from him, really. GPH, I mean, is going to... I mean, of course, P2 is a really good position for him, but he could have gone for the win, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
Absolutely. Sorry, Max, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I'm going to have to go up to the lead at the minute of Ruddo, because he will be your winner of the Mexican Grand Prix. Congratulations to him. He has won the F3 race of the Mexican Grand Prix. Well done to him. JBH will keep his second place. JC Bat will finish off in third. Bruce misses out on the podium in fourth. Nigel Gash in fifth. Offic Red in sixth place. F1 Richard in seventh. Poitrev in eighth. Stephen in ninth, considering his traction control issues. Cost is in 10th. Mikey in 11th, and Eric Pancakes, who had a torrid time throughout the race, who won last week. At the Circuit of the Americas. He absolutely still have a job, to be fair, and now he's having a torrid time in this race. So he will finish up. Rod says, never in doubt, hashtag machine, good race, JPH. Absolutely fantastic. Oh! Looks like Eric Pancakes wanted to crash his car just before the finishing line. Or just after, I'm not sure, but that is just mad. I think there was just more frustrations than ever before. Mikey is your driver of the day. That's what the game says, because of the positions made. But who's been your driver of the day, guys, if you're watching the stream? Who's been your driver of the day? But Ruddo, second race in, Max. Second race in, and he has won his first ever race in Invictus. And... unbelievable. Second podium. First win. I'm guessing there'll be loads more to go. But well done also to JPH, who put that pressure on so much. But Ruddo was just a masterclass in the rain itself. And I think the safety car has kind of messed up a bit, but he still kept his cool to hold on in first. And well done to, I believe it was JC Bat, who finishes off in... it was JC Bar who finished off in third. Here are your race classification for the Mexican Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with gridfire.com. Ruddo is your main man as your winner of the Mexican Grand Prix. He finished off in first. JBH is in second. JC Bat is in third. Bruce Lee is in fourth. Nigel Gash, good job of him in fifth place. Offic Red is in sixth. F1 Richard 7th. Poitrev 8th. Stephen 9th. Cost 10th. Mikey 11th. Eric Pancakes 12th. And this is where everything goes. Melanardo 13th. Spud 14th. Jack 15th. Svinners 16th. Sap 17th. Jolly, Darrell and Tal, they have all had the DNFs during that race. And we'll be right back, guys, for the interviews. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back and see their thoughts. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League on the PlayStation platform, brought to you in partnership with GridFiner.com. And I tell you what, it was a stellar of a job for Ruddo on his second race. He's won his first ever race. Unbelievable scenes, to be fair. JBH, he's got himself back into that podium rhythm now, so I just can't see anyone catching him now unless he has lots of DNFs. Lots of DNFs during that time, but we'll have to wait and see how everything plans out as things go. And also JC Bat to get his another podium on his travels as well. And just a reminder, guys, I know you've probably seen some of the new graphics that I've been trying to do, but unfortunately there was some technical faults at the start with a few drivers in the wrong car numbers or issues with everything else, and also there was noticed there was a bit of a few lag during the qualifying, so I do apologise for that, and hopefully we'll get that resolved and get that sorted next time, because the graphics will be good for you guys next time. So I've got the top 3 drivers in, and I'd like to hear their thoughts actually, because it'll be interesting to see from the wet conditions, and they had to play the cards right, and then all the way through to the finish in the end of that dramatic ending of a safety car, to be fair. So let's have a go at JC Bat. How you doing, mate? You alright?
Hello.
Hello. Hello. How you doing?
Good
How you
to see
doing?
you again.
Good.
And be again talking to you. It's a very nice.
It's very nice. It's very nice. It's very nice indeed, to be fair. So it's very good. But yeah, you've had a great job, to be fair, JC Bat. To be fair, because during that time, I'm just loading up the standings. This is your 4th podium in the season. Your first win was back in the French Grand Prix. It feels like ages ago, to be fair, and you got yourself back into the podium. So tell us your thoughts in that mad race that you've been driving through.
I didn't know exactly what to expect, but maybe top 5. I think it was in my goal, in my mind, but then I saw that Rudos is in another level. Then I got worried. I think we all got worried about this new guy, and well done, by the way.
This new guy,
deserving win.
So Ruddo, this new guy. He's coming.
I'm also new.
Yeah, I'll let you off. I'll let you off. Just this was. You have to call him Super Reserve now. Super Reserve Ruddo. To be fair, it's running away with. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah. The wet conditions were tricky, and I was lucky to get to 3rd position in the beginning, and then it was a bit boring and chasing in the wet conditions. But when it got to the last laps, dry laps, and the last lap, especially the fight I had with Bruce was very intense. I didn't believe he could get me. I also didn't believe I could get JP8 in 2nd place, and when I saw the graphic 0.2, was very surprised. So I believe it was a very tense ending, and very happy to be here again.
Good man. I tell you what, you did a stellar job to get yourself into another podium, your 4th podium in the season, on your debut season as well. Surely, are we going to see more of you in the podium positions, JC?
Oh yeah. I hope
oh
so.
Yeah. Yes. That means yes. We're expecting it, to be fair, sooner.
I think talking to you at Wednesday night, it's a great plan to have, and I think I'll try to be more consistent. Not have at least false starts like I had at least in 2 or 3 races where I just want to go ahead in the beginning and end up messing all the race. So yeah, I think I can be there and make company to JPH, Rudy, and Bruce Lee as well. I think it's very, especially from 2nd to almost 10th. Things are very, very close, so it will be fun, at least for the 2nd place.
Yeah, it was. What happened was you did a stellar job, and then the 2 drivers, they were just another league of their own. To be fair, battling out in the top 2. So, but to get 3rd. After that manic safety car ending, it was a stellar job from you, JC, and I wish you all the very best of luck in the next race, to be fair. Cheers. And take it easy and enjoy your 4th podium of the season in the Mexican Grand Prix. Well done, mate, well done. It's going to be a tough, isn't it? So, JBH, how you doing, mate? Good to see you back. in the top 3 for a very long time.
Yeah, how are you? It's nice to be back.
Nice to be back. Oh, you've been waiting for it for ages, haven't you? So, I mean, before we had the break itself, it looked like no one was going to catch you at all. No one was going to catch you. The way that you was producing all that momentum of like podiums, wins, second places, it was just like you were in a different league of your own. And then the form must have shocked you a bit at the French Grand Prix, and then 6th position in the USA. I bet you was a bit worried slightly with that form before tonight's race.
No, France should have been a podium really, but also just an incident occurred, shall we say, and that was the end result of that one. And Kota, I've never been quick around Kota. It's probably one of my worst circuits to drive on. So I was quite happy to get 6th in the end. To be fair, just to score some points. And so yeah, I wasn't too worried because I know a couple of the tracks coming up suit me quite nicely. So you know, it's just about getting consistent points now and making sure that they just tick along and not too many points get taken away. Absolutely.
And then you got your first podium since Japanese Grand Prix back in round 7. Your second place. I had to get this right. Your second place, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Your 7th podium in 10 races. 7 podiums in 10 races. That's championship form that I'm seeing at the minute. Do you think you'll try and end the championship as early as possible?
No, I think I'm not going to try and end it as early as I can. I just need to get it over the line at this stage at some point. As long as because you start thinking like that, you start making really silly mistakes. You try going for moves that you just shouldn't be doing. So
yeah.
It's less about finishing it early and more about just making sure it ticks on, because if you do that, it should hopefully finish it early anyway, as long as the points keep ticking along. I mean, tonight was a really nice race. I mean, I wasn't expecting that high up in qualifying, that's for certain, and luckily I managed to just kind of pull away with Ruddo. My intention was never to really overtake or fight with him. It was always about get away from everyone else, because Ruddo's not really in the championship fight per se, so there's no point trying to fight and lose time. Just pull away and gap. I mean, made it a bit difficult at the end with the penalty, but got there in the end.
Yeah, I mean, can you clarify what actually happened in that penalty that you had at the end? Was it just a
fine margins, shall we say? Fine margins.
Okay.
It's it wasn't. It's just the track limits. Round Mexico, they're very, very tough. So if you turn in a fraction early, you can't really turn out of it here, because otherwise you're going to have a massive accident. So you just have to kind of go with it. And unfortunately, it was just fine margins 3 times, and that was it. But luckily, I had enough ERS, and it was able just to stay just about stay in DRS range with Ruddo, just to help pull me across the line there.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. And I just can't see anyone catching you, to be honest. I will be honest with you. I think it would have to be the most awkward 5 races that you will ever have at Invictus. 5 DNFs or something where you got no points and let everyone else catch up. But when you have been struggling, the others have been struggling. So you've been really lucky. I'll say that again. You've been really lucky to hold on to that bit of that still gap to keep at least 2 or 3 races ahead of everyone. And it's just been a monumentous achievement for you, JPH. And you're going to keep it going. And we've got the Australian Grand Prix next week. So I wish you all the very best of luck for next week. And keep the run going. I think the way it looks at the minute might see you be championed by Brazil or possibly Abu Dhabi if it stays like this at the minute. But it may be. Maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. But well done, mate. Congratulations for getting 2nd place. Well done.
Thank you.
No worries. Ruddo! the Super Sub or the Super Reserve is in first place, and he tell you what, he's absolutely delighted. So you got your second race. I was about to say second race, second podium, first ever win. So tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, it was a good race. I think for me, I got a really good qualifying lap in because I don't think I was going to go any faster than that. So I know that Jordan got within a tenth and a half of it, which worried me a little bit. But then I think his last run, he invalidated his lap, so it sort of saved me a little bit. And then in the race, obviously it was wet at the start, and it was a case of I just trying not to crash, basically. Just trying to keep consistent with it. I knew that Jordan wasn't going to fight me too hard because he's trying to win the championship and I'm trying to win the race, so that made it a little bit easier. And then once I got into the lead, it was basically a case of, well, when everyone else jumps, I'm going to jump in the pits as well. So yeah, it was good. I don't think it was easy as it may have seemed, because I could never really break the 3 or 4 behind. I think we had JC, Bat, Jordan, and Cost as well in there. So yeah, it was a good race.
Fair play to you, mate. To be fair, I mean, it looked like you was the masterstroke of the wet conditions, because it looked like you was pulling away like 2 second gap, 3 second gap to JBH, and then it nearly went to like 4 or 5. Correct me if I'm wrong, in the wet. And I was thinking, when is this wet conditions going to stop? Because once that stopped, was you worried then that when the dries was going to kick in, that was it?
I was in between going on to softs or mediums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought the softs could do 10 laps.
Okay.
But everyone else had gone medium, so I didn't really want to risk anything.
Okay.
And then when I came out the pits, I think, Jordan was down to 2 seconds. I mean, it wasn't much more than sort of 3.5 at any point during the race. And then the safety car came out, which wasn't ideal, but I got just a really good restart on it, and then Jordan chased me through to the finish.
Yeah, absolutely, and still have a job, to be fair. Sorry, Rudder.
All I was going to say is it looked like a few people had a few incidents after that restart, because I was just watching the leaderboard and it was just changing with loads of different people, and then it just come up, somebody's retired, yellow flag.
Yeah.
Just try and get to the end.
Yeah, it was kind of like the nightmare of the French Grand Prix all over again, to be fair, where we had a lot of drivers had DNFs galore, and they would have had 7 positions, like 7 places left, but it was just mad, absolutely mad, to be fair. But Rudder, unbelievable drive you have done. I don't know when you're going to be back again. I know I said last week I wasn't sure when you was going to come back, but you did come back at the unexpected time, and that was a perfect time for you to get yourself your first win of the season. Well done to you, mate.
I think Darryl messaged me at 7 o'clock, and
okay.
I don't know whether I should say this or not, but me, Jordan, Bruce Lee, Mikey all did Mexico yesterday evening, so we already had our eyes in on this track, which made it a lot easier just to sort of get straight back into it.
Oh, so, cheeky. You heard that, guys. You heard that. They're all trying to get those tactics moments now, trying to get the setups quick moments.
I think it was just a coincidence that in something else that we raced together was Mexico, and it just matched up with today, so probably gave us a little bit of an advantage as well, but don't tell anyone.
Well, tough, mate, because it's live exclusive now, so tough now. They would know what your secrets are going to kick in now, Rudder. So, but yeah, well done for that. Well done for the Mexican Grand Prix. Absolutely fantastic. Again, I do not know when you'll be back, but when you do, I hope you do get back into one more of the races this season, wherever it will be. But if it is next week, I wish you all the very best luck. If not, brilliant drive. Brilliant drive.
Thank you very much.
No worries. So, thank you to Ruddo, JPH, and JC Bat for their top 3 finishing as well. So, absolutely fantastic stuff. So, absolutely mad scenes, to be fair, at the Mexican Grand Prix. I'm just speechless. I'd like to thank Max for joining me tonight for the first time in, feels like, weeks now, because he was unfortunate not to turn up the last few weeks due to work and etc. So fortunately he is back. He was back, and he really did enjoy. But he's brought the nicknames of some of the drivers. So Melanardo for Melanade, Nitrogash for Nitrogash itself, and I tell you what, it's just absolutely insane. But next week we will have the Australian Grand Prix for round 11 for the F3 League. Who will win? Will JBH enjoy and also extend his lead and make it even more awkward to try and finish off as quickly as possible? Or will anyone else try and catch him? Because at the moment I can't see that happening. I cannot see that happening. And I'll tell you what, we will have some more live action tomorrow night for the Realist Performance League on the Thursday nights with myself, Malc. I'm not sure if Tim will be available tomorrow, but if he is, he will be there. If not, I'll try and get someone in as quickly as possible. So anyways, guys, cheers for that. I'm going to shoot off. But what a race. What a race to kick off at the Mexican Grand Prix. See you later, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.